Hello everyone. In this lecture, we will revise the basic soil concepts or fundamental concepts that you already studied in other courses. That will help to move forward smoothly. Let's start. The first question is, what is soil? Soil is the unconsolidated mineral or organic material on the immediate surface of the earth that serves as a natural medium for the growth of the plants. And this definition is provided by the Soil Science Society of America. In this definition, there are two important factors. One is the mineral, another is the organic material. Therefore, soil is the composition of mineral and organic material. But at the same time, we should not forget that soil also contains some amount of water and air, because soil has the pore space, and this pore space is filled with water and air. And in normal soil, we know that there is 50% pore space. We will learn about that in the next slide. What I was telling you was soil has the four major components: mineral and organic matter, then air and water. In a normal soil, 50% is the solid particles, that is minerals and organic material, and remaining 50% is the pore space, that is filled with air and water. So out of this 50% solid material, 45% is the minerals and about 5% is the organic matter. This organic matter content can be 5, 4, 3 or even more than 5. It depends on the type of the soil. In Missouri soils, generally we have about 3% organic matter. If the organic matter is 3%, the mineral will be about 47%, because the solid part is close to 50%. If you see another part, the pore space, out of this 50% pore space, about 25% is filled with air and 25% is filled with water. This is the normal soil condition, but soon after the rainfall, we may have more water, less air. And when the soil is dry, we may have more air, less water. Therefore, this one can be replaced by this one and this one can be replaced by this one. Therefore, soil is called as a three-phase system that has the solid particles, that has the pore space that is filled with air, and that has the liquid, that is water. So, solid, gas and liquid, all three phases are present within the soil system. Soil particles or soil minerals, then water, then air space. Soil is also called as a living system. It's not a living material, it's not a living factor, but it is a living system, because even a teaspoon of fertile soil, that means the good soil, that means the productive soil, may contain millions of life. And here is the quantification of these lives: about 100 nematodes, about 250,000 algae, about 300,000 amoeba, about 450,000 fungi, about 11 million microorganisms, and about 100 million bacteria. This is the huge population within a small amount of soil. Therefore, soil is also called as a living system. Now we talk a little bit about soil forming process. There are four processes that leads for the soil formation. One is the translocation, transformation, addition and losses. And above these all processes, we need to know that soil is formed by the process of weathering of rocks. Weathering of rocks is the primary process of soil formation. And this weathering of rocks is more like a transformation process. Transformation is change from one form to another form. We can see some examples here. The first one is the transformation. Well, the rock is transferred to the soil particles. Therefore, I already mentioned you that soil is formed by the process of weathering of rocks. Weathering, tearing of rocks gives the soil. Another you can see here is the addition. Addition is the soil is coming from other part of the land. That could be because of the soil erosion or some other natural process. We also have a loss mainly because of soil erosion, and also the translocation, moving from one part to the another part.